Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the podcast where if you're not excited for the new NWA commentator, I'm afraid I've got some bad news. It's lost the Midcard. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving and had a lot to eat. I know I had a lot to eat, a shit ton to eat. We are now focusing our efforts towards WWE TLC at a couple weeks, and also I believe on the same weekend, NWA Into The Fire, as AEW and NXT are still a couple months away from their next pay-per-views. We'll get into the latest and much more, but first, thank you to SpiderDuck.net for being our host, enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, or any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost the Midcard, hit that subscribe button, that way you know when a new episode comes your way, typically every Wednesday. You can also subscribe to us on the YouTube, and the links to all that are on our Facebook page, facebook.com/LostTheMidcard. I'm your host, Jeremy Bennett. You can find me on the Twitter at JBHuskers. As always, my co-host, he is on the Twitter at RawFShowtime. It is Mr. Matt Black. Matt, how you doing?
I'm doing better than WWE's creative team that apparently haven't realized that they're less than 2 weeks away from TLC.
Yeah.
Don't have a single confirmed match for the card yet, unless you want to count Bryan and The Fiend, which they haven't even confirmed yet. You should just have to assume that it's happening.
Yeah, I find it very odd that really there was barely any mention for TLC on Monday. Like, there's the little commercial thing for it, but...
It almost felt like a throwaway show, yet you have a pay-per-view in less than 2 weeks. It was really fucking weird.
ROH is building up their pay-per-view better than WWE is right now.
Oh, they don't have a choice.
That's true. As always, co-host is on the Twitter at NoOneLikeD. It is Daryl Bullock. Daryl, how you doing?
I ate too fucking much on Thursday.
I did too, and on Saturday too. Oof.
Yeah, that's probably the most I've ever ate. Other than that, WWE is stupid. Corey Graves is still a dick. Yeah, same shit, different toilet.
Yeah, I finished listening to the audiobook version of Justin Roberts' Best Seat in the House, and wow. And once again,
it gets depressing near the end, right?
Fresh in my mind how just shitty that company is.
Yeah. I was honestly, like, the last quarter of that book, I was done and I was depressed. Yeah. I'm just like, damn, that's just heartbreaking.
I sent him a message on Twitter saying that'd be cool to maybe a year or two down the road to have him do another one after a couple of months into or a couple of years into AEW. I think that'd be kind of cool to see. Especially
I would hope it would be a much more positive experience.
Yeah, I have a feeling it is.
It's the power of positivity, fellas.
My God, I knew the JBL shit, but just his dealings with Kevin Dunn and Vince, Jesus Christ.
I believe this. It doesn't matter if you're in wrestling. It doesn't matter if you work at Taco Bell. It doesn't matter if pretty much you pump people's gas for a living. You got to find peace of mind at work. And if you don't find it, then it's going to drive you crazy. You can't leave work and go home every day and just be pissed off or depressed because people are picking on you. Yeah. Either you got to find a peace of mind doing something else that you love, or you just got to tell those people shut the fuck up. Easier said than done, but
yeah,
Yeah, that is true. Yeah. So how was that book written in 2017 or before that?
It was the same year Mania was in Orlando. Because I remember buying it right after Orlando.
Yeah, I couldn't remember if it was 16 or 17 or.
I want to say it was 17.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Are you guys sad that we don't have an IWPF streaming while we record tonight?
I mean, probably be more interesting.
Pretty much.
I want to see a main event of Tim Burr and Racetrack.
You want to see Racetrack again?
Oh yeah, that guy's over.
I'm gonna get you a Racetrack T-shirt for Christmas.
I hope they have one. Well, and wow, that's quite the outfit that Moose is wearing. I don't know if
That's a nice jacket.
it's like I don't know if that's formal or if that's sporty.
A little casual.
Yeah.
There you go. You can wear it in the lounge or wear it in the streets.
It's something.
I'm not wearing the pants though.
We had a little too much plaid for you there.
Yeah, my left arm just started crossing.
Wow.
I'm seeing weird photos within his jacket here. Weird pictures of my brain here.
It reminded you when you were a kid and you were trying to watch WWE pay-per-views through the little scrambled stuff.
Oh, whatever. You're more referencing porn.
I'm PG-13 right now.
Yeah. Whatever. You're trying to look for boobies and porn on the old scramble.
That's a nipple.
AEW this week kicks off with Chris Jericho's championship celebration, and now you can finally buy yourself a little bit of the bubbly. A little bit of the bubbly.
Which I've actually purchased.
Did you really?
I thought about it, but
yeah. Dude, I have a bar downstairs. Why the fuck wouldn't I have it?
That's a great point.
Okay,
you got to make sure I have some of that next time I come over. Then don't drink it all.
It's like $65 for 2 bottles after.
It was like $45 for 2 bottles.
Oh, wait till you put shipping and tax.
I didn't add it to the cart or anything. I was just looking at the standard price.
Man, Moose is a.
JP, make sure you get a little bit of the bubbly.
Moose is a bully.
A little bit of the bubbly.
A bit of bubbly.
Moose is beating up little guys on the basketball court.
I do that at Dave & Buster's.
Do you? Give me your tickets, bitch.
Give me your tickets.
Soul Train Jones in the ring, better known as Virgil. I thought it was hilarious. Whoever did it put him in the. I think it was Kazarian. Put him in the $1 Million Dream when SCU interrupted. That was pretty good. What'd you guys think of the championship celebration? I thought it was highly entertaining.
That was cool, man. I died laughing.
The only thing I didn't like is I felt like through half the segment it sounded like they were having audio problems with the microphones, and that kind of was driving me nuts. But other than that, I thought the segment was funny as hell.
Yeah, I love the fact that Jericho's giving fans look under your chairs for 50 cents off a new Jericho T-shirt.
The champion.
Yes. Le champion.
The Inner Circle buddies come out and bring gifts for Jericho. I love a little bit of the 40.
Yeah.
That was a great gift from Santana and Ortiz. And of course the Chris Jericho goat didn't want to be in the spotlight.
Cooperate.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
AEW and their track record with animals are not going well. They just need to stop while they're ahead.
Yeah.
Or behind, or however you want to call it.
I don't know what their fascination with animals is right now, but and dressed as of course Jericho had a marching band because why not, and old Justin Roberts gets to take a bump. Remember the old tie choke?
I thought for sure they were going to choke him with a tie.
That's what I thought.
I thought for sure that's what they were going to do.
There was some lines
I feel like it was a wasted opportunity.
Jericho said some lines that I fresh off of listening to the audiobook version of Justin Roberts' Best Seat in the House. There were some lines I caught Jericho was referencing the WWE in a clever way, which I thought was kind of funny. Yeah, no tie choke, but
God damn it.
He got beat down. SCU was dressed up as members of the marching band. They made the save. Those things are always you gotta wonder if Jericho had a lot of input in putting that together, because didn't that feel a lot like the the Festival of Friendship.
Festival of Friendship.
Yeah.
Yep,
Yeah, sure did.
sure.
Only thing we didn't have is him dancing.
Yeah, that was great. The list of KO. Oh no. First match of the evening is Best Friends against the Lucha Brothers. If you watched AEW Dark the week before, Trini with a surprise win over Pentagon, and another surprise win as the tag team Best Friends defeats the Lucha Brothers. What do you guys think of the Lucha Brothers putting over these guys?
Good for them. About time.
I was
So
kind
they don't look invincible.
I was kind of surprised. We had ladies tag match after that. Amy Sakura and Bea Priestley took on Chris Statlander and Hikaru Shida. Hikaru Shida currently your number one contender for Riho's Women's Championship. The bad girls, so to speak, Sakura and Priestley got the win there. Moxley cutting a promo, wondering who's going to step up next. Cody took on some jobber named Matt Nix, and
Jobber.
Bale, that's what he was. When coming up from under the ring, the Blade and the Butcher. And, of course, the Blade is none other than Braxton Sutter, the husband of Allie, who, at the end of the segment, Allie in a evil bunny suit joined the fray. So we got a new kind of faction here with Blade and the Butcher. And I got to respect a man that wrestles with a monocle on, for sure. What do you guys think of this debut for the Blade and the Butcher?
Let me see him in the ring.
I don't think you could be doing debuts like this, and I thought they would have learned their lesson after the Dark Order debut, when nobody knew who the fuck they were.
Yeah.
Like, if you're gonna make debuts like this, build up some video packages first for like a month. Let us get to know these characters, and then when they actually debut on the television, it will actually mean something.
Yeah, the crowd was completely...
The crowd was dead.
Yeah.
And I was dead too, because I'm like, who the fuck are these people? You know, like, who freaking cares? It was a terrible thing to waste Cody's return on. It really, really was. You have to build up these people better. And actually, they're just now starting to do a better job with the Dark Order.
Oh yeah, I like those. Yeah.
Yeah, the vignettes that they're airing on TV right now, it should have been on like YouTube or whatever, building up to these guys' debut on AEW.
Yeah, it's
and the same thing should have been happening with these guys. And like the Wardlow thing, that the guy who's with MJF now, what did we get? Like maybe 2 video packages on him in 6 months? And then he showed up and like, oh, it's Wardlow, the guy who we've seen video packages on for months. I'm like, yeah, I think we saw maybe like 2 video packages. Like, you got to do a better job. So when these people actually show up and they're not Jack Swagger, that's going to get the monster pop because everybody already knows who he is.
Yeah.
You got to do a better job of introducing these characters, or they're going to fall flat and people aren't going to care. Like, this is a dangerous precedent. I thought they learned their lesson after the Dark Order, and then they pulled this shit. They got to do better than this.
Yeah, new company. You gotta learn from those things, and eventually they will.
Well, you better learn quick.
Omega and Pac, a good match. Not the oh my god match we could get out of those guys, but pretty good match.
I thought it was a great TV match.
It was. It was exactly what it needed to be.
Yeah.
Something just to make sure Kenny got back on the right track.
As we expected, MJF defeated Hangman Page for the Dynamite Diamond Ring, which led to a confrontation between DDP and MJF. And God, when DDP said he was 63, I'm like, holy shit, is he really 63?
He started wrestling at like 35, 30
yeah,
something.
he got in the game real late. Yeah, I love that MJF has the. It's just another thing with the ring. It's just another thing that he can piss off the fans with, and I mean he could be quite possibly the best heel in the business right now, don't you think?
Possibly, yes.
And dude's what 23 years old.
Mm-hmm. Still can't rent a car, so it's all good.
No beat down of DDP like we thought, but it was close.
DDP wasn't selling shit.
Yeah.
Not even.
Yeah. Jen Decker. Hello. Remember her with Brett Favre? If you remember those days. Jen Sturger.
I want to be those hands on ODB's shirt.
Ah, yeah. Bang. Interviewing Dustin Rhodes, and Dustin saying he's out for Jake Hager's blood. And he's not the man that he used to be, referencing the We the People salute. Sammy Santana Ortiz come down and beat up Dustin, while the Young Bucks, welcome back Matt, make the save. Sets up the obvious trios match for this week's Dynamite. As we mentioned, they showed another Dark Order vignette, which I thought was really good. And then we got the main event, Scorpio Sky against Chris Jericho for the AEW Championship. And it's a pretty good title match here, wasn't it, boys?
Yeah, that's pretty good. I know that boy wasn't going to win, though.
No. Oh, when he hit that TKO, though, that was a good near fall. That was a good near fall. But Jericho makes Sky tap out with the Lion Tamer 13 minutes into the match. And then Jon Moxley's music hits. So sounds like we got ourselves, whenever AEW goes to pay-per-view next, I'm guessing that's going to be the match. I think they're going to kind of slow build to it, don't you think?
When's the next pay-per-view? Or have they announced it?
They haven't announced yet. I'm assuming February.
Yeah.
Around right.
So Moxley was just stood in the crowd staring down Jericho. That's all. That's all you need for now. We'll find out a little more probably on tonight's edition of Dynamite. I kind of thought it was maybe one of the lower, probably one of the least interesting Dynamites, and maybe because maybe they didn't put much into it due to the holidays. I just kind of felt like it was...
I thought the second hour was really good, and I thought the first hour, beyond the opening segment, which was, like I said, was still marred with audio issues, I thought the whole first hour, excluding the opening segment, wasn't very good at all.
Yeah.
And I think that kind of reflected out in the ratings that week.
Yeah.
I think people tuned out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You can't do that. You can't stack up your entire second hour and just treat your first hour like an afterthought. Like, Omega and Pac should have been in hour one.
Yeah. I totally agree.
And like you said, the crowd was completely dead for the debut of the Butcher and the Blade, so I think they'll be pretty solid as a team. But yeah, look,
the only way this stable's gonna work is if they end up being led by the Bird, and this is Marty's new villain Enterprises.
Kind of feels like it, doesn't it?
Because if that's not it, then what a waste of time.
NXT this week starts with the big celebration because NXT won the Battle of the Brands at Survivor Series when the Undisputed Era decides to poo-poo on the party.
Poo-poo.
Poo-poo. Finn Balor's music hits, and he walks by the Era, challenging Tommaso Ciampa. And then we go right into an NXT Tag Team title match between Riley and Fish against Dijakovic and Keith Lee. Very good match between these guys. How about that fucking pounce that Keith Lee put on Adam Cole and put him into the outer atmosphere, basically.
Adam Cole died.
Man, that was insane. Fish had to be replaced by Roderick Strong. I've got an update on that here later on. But Roderick Strong and Kyle O'Reilly go high-low. They still do the old... what was that called? Was that called Chasing the Dragon in the ROH days?
No, Chasing it. That was called the high-low.
Oh, it was called the high-low.
Chasing the Dragons, the suplex and kick thing.
With the Savant kick in the back.
And they still do that, and they still call it that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they still call
The
Axe.
only the only thing they rarely do is Axe and Smash.
Yeah, they still call it Axe and Smash too, even though WWE hates Demolition. So.
Don't let Vince hear them that it's called that.
Yeah, that's true. That's probably why Vince just doesn't watch NXT, so he has no idea. Candice LeRae talking about the heel turn of Dakota Kai and how she's pissed off about it, and so basically looking at it as she's the pissed off big sister to Tegan Nox, as Candice LeRae will get a shot at Dakota Kai later on in the evening. Mansoor took on defeated Shane Thorne in a quick match. I really liked Dakota Kai's work. Yeah, her heel work in the match with Candice LeRae. The heel turn, as we described, was brilliantly done, and the big thing was what's she going to follow up with? And I think Dakota did a good job on last week's NXT following up on the heel turn. Don't you guys think?
Mm-hmm.
Kai hit Candice with Tegan's knee brace that she stole, which caused the disqualification. And then she beats up Candice until Rhea Ripley makes the save. We got a vignette from Cameron Grimes, who is doing a hell of a job in NXT. And then we got a NXT Cruiserweight Championship match between Akira Tozawa and Lio Rush. I thought that was a really well done match.
They've really been feeding Tozawa to different people lately.
Yeah, they sure fed him to somebody last night.
Shit. I seen that and was like, "What the?" I'm like, somebody gonna beat the dog shit out of him again?
Dude, the way he sold that Claymore kick last night was great. Xia Li took on Vanessa Bourne. Is Vanessa Bourne hurt or just working on her craft in the Performance Center? Because she hadn't been used in a long time in the ring.
I have no clue. She was probably selling hot dogs for all I know.
That's not nice.
What? I'm just being honest.
Of course, we got Sami Callihan yelling at Tessa Blanchard right now at the press conference. I can't wait to watch that match. When have I ever said that about an Impact match? When's the last time I've said that about an Impact match?
I think I'll still just, text you guys and see what happened.
Yeah.
Even though I love Tessa.
It's going to be a great moment for pro wrestling, not just for the company, but for pro wrestling in general. But Vanessa Bourne took on Xia Li because Xia Li just blasted the nose off of Aaliyah the week before, or 2 weeks before, whenever it was. Don't Google that because the pictures are brutal. Oh, yeah, Tessa beat up Sammy, yeah. Oh, yeah, Josh holding her back, yeah. Josh Matthews holding back Tessa Blanchard.
I want to wrestle Tessa Blanchard.
Seriously, she would throw Josh Matthews into the upper deck. I miss IWPF or whatever, IPWF or whatever that was last week.
Damn, she mushed the shit out of him. And then he mushed her. Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's getting real, damn it. Yeah, so we watch Impact live while we record. Last week was a hell of a lot of fun with that retro shit they were doing.
Don't do it.
Oh my god. What do we got next? We got Shayna and her horsewomen confronting Xia Li, which was kind of random. I guess they just like to beat up everybody. So Rhea Ripley came to the ring and basically challenging Shayna for the NXT Women's Championship, which you'll probably see at TakeOver Portland. Is that right? Portland?
Mm-hmm.
Coming up in February.
Yep.
And
apparently it's on a Sunday.
Yep. NXT takeovers are now moved to Sundays.
I'm cool with it.
They didn't want to.
I'm cool with it too, because I thought for sure they were gonna start trying to target a takeover on the same night as a AEW pay-per-view.
Well, here's my question though.
Happy to say that they're not doing it.
Are they trying to? Here's my question: are they trying to occupy? Are they going to put takeovers on pay-per-view now, or are they just going to strictly keep them on the network?
Their main,
as far as I know, it's just going to be the network.
Their main thing was they didn't want to compete with boxing anymore or something. I don't know. I find it weird that boxing would cut into.
That's bullshit though, because I mean it's not that many boxing matches on.
To be fair, Mauro does a lot of boxing.
Oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense.
If you're trying to keep that man happy right now, and damn, you better fucking keep him happy.
But that's still weird to me because because most of the boxing matches nowadays now are on Saturday nights or Fox. Showtime barely. Mauro's on Showtime. He
Mm-hmm.
barely does. They haven't had any fights on Showtime Saturday night in a long time.
I don't know. I'm assuming that's why they would want to do it.
Okay.
Because I don't believe boxing takes away from professional wrestling's ratings in any way, shape, or form.
Not at all.
I mean, boxing is finally making a comeback after how long it's been dormant in the general popularity.
Probably about ever since Floyd retired. That's pretty much it.
Who are the Rascals? Do we know anybody in the Rascals, or are they just some new guys?
I don't know, but the dude that they're facing is a mix between Sabretooth and Sheamus.
Reno Scum, those are a couple of gentlemen you'd love to take home to your mom, right? Main event: Balor and Ciampa. Guys, surprised with Balor getting the win here?
Nope.
You think I figured this would be a no contest, easy, WWE take the easy way out, but surprise, they didn't. And
I just think that they're trying to. I just think that if anything, for Takeover Portland, I would not be surprised if it's a triple threat.
It sure feels that way. And Balor using Bloody Sunday once again so that's for his finisher instead of the coup de grace, which I like. I don't mind it as long as you don't hurt Johnny Gargano again.
Sure.
Adam Cole acting like he's buddy with Finn Balor, but Finn hits that back kick like he did to turn on Johnny Gargano. So that shows you where he's standing with the Undisputed Era. Yeah, that definitely feels like we're going into a triple threat.
It just makes no sense if it's not. You got to include all three.
Yeah. Matt, did you watch NWA yet?
No, I watch all that stuff at night.
Yeah, I actually had some time, so I snuck it in. But breaking news at the end of NWA Power this week, Nick Aldis introduced the new member of the broadcast team, Stu Bennett, who you may know as Wade Barrett in his WWE days with the Nexus. He is replacing Jim Cornette on commentary. So
he's got some bad news.
I'm excited for that announcement. That's pretty cool. Another thing on Power that's not really a spoiler is kind of weird that I can't remember the play-by-play guy, Joe something. They did a clip thanking Jim Cornette, which I thought was kind of weird.
What?
Yeah. After the tag team title match with the Wild Cards and the Rock and Roll Express, they cut to the dude that does the play-by-play, and he did a thank you to Jim Cornette.
For what?
Oh, being racist, I guess.
Okay.
Well, it's basically the Cornette send-off because Cornette was still on. These were still taped matches from when Cornette was there, so Cornette was on the call for the couple of matches that they had on Power this week. So, very interesting.
Is Punk on whatchamacallit tonight? On Backstage tonight?
No.
So
next week.
Okay, so how often is he gonna do it? Random question, I know.
Based on his schedule, I'd guess. Based on when he can do it, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what he does, but I don't know how busy of a man he is. But last week's NWA Power was kind of weird, wasn't it, Matt? It just felt like they had an empty arena match. They did everything to keep Cornette out of it, didn't it seem? And they just kind of did it seem like they kind of just threw this one together?
It just felt like a recap show. I didn't have a problem with it.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was because of Cornette.
They did what they had to do on probably a short period of time.
Yeah, and then they said on this week's tonight's episode of NWA Power that it's the season finale. So I guess there's not another Power next. There's not going to be another Power next week, even though the pay-per-view is a week from Saturday. But on this week's NWA Power, we get Aaron Stevens versus Ricky Starks again. But if he wins, he gets a chance at Colt Cabana's NWA National Championship, and then also as I mentioned, the NWA World Tag Team Title match between the Wild Cards and the Rock and Roll Express, as the Rock and Roll Express look to try to become 9-time NWA Tag Team Champions. Joe Galley, that's the name of the play-by-play guy. Yeah, I thought it was very weird that that they did that little send off to Jim Cornette. I'm sure that'll get some attention. So far for Into the Fire, we have Nick Aldis, James Storm, best 2 out of 3 falls match for the NWA World Heavyweight title. Eli Drake taking on Mr. Anderson. Allison Kay and Ashley Vox will take on Melina in her return to the ring. And her partner is either going to be Thunder Rosa or Marty Bell. And the ever-popular question mark for Mongrobia is going to take on Trevor Murdoch. And a couple other matches scheduled to be added as well after you watch this week's NWA Power. I will not spoil anything, though, for you since it just came out tonight. SmackDown Live. What do you think of that new Fiend belt?
Garbage.
Weird.
And did I read that right? It's $6,500 on WWE Shop.
Yeah, and if you add the tax into it, it's over $7,000.
What in the blue hell? Why?
Watch some slap dick by it.
Why?
Somebody did, and there was an entire Twitter thread of people burying him about it.
What?
It was hilarious.
First of all, why do you have just $7,000 sitting?
Yeah.
And I mean, I bet people have credit cards or whatnot, but I'm not even going to come close to maxing out my credit card.
No.
Not for that piece of shit.
I paid less than half of that for a better car just recently.
I just bought a belt from Target yesterday.
Jesus Christ. Are there only a few available, or we don't know?
They're limited numbers. They said each one is handcrafted, designed by that Tom Savini horror guy.
Yeah.
Oh, well, yeah, that makes a lot of sense of why it's so expensive.
Yeah.
They said not any 2 titles will be identical.
Oh, interesting.
So
what do you mean, like the ones that they're selling?
They'll have some slight changes. They'll have slight differences.
Well, one's gonna have a blue eye and one's gonna have a red eye.
Well, no, it's just like they're all being handcrafted by Tom.
Oh, okay.
So
I see why it's that much.
They're not being replicated in like a machine.
Yeah.
So there'll be slight differences, because you can't be perfection every time.
Yeah, that makes sense why the price still is ridiculous, but it makes sense a little bit more now to me. Very good TV match between Roman Reigns and Robert Roode. With Reigns getting the win after 13 minutes. Very good. I was really happy with that match. Firefly Funhouse showed off the new title. The return of Sheamus. I thought the dude was quietly retiring due to his spinal stenosis, but we haven't seen him since April.
He's been doing DDP yoga.
Maybe. But obviously right now the bar reunion is not going to happen as Cesaro's with Nakamura and Sami Zayn. So Sheamus is probably going to get a solo run here, and I'm excited to see him back. I miss the fella. Mustafa Ali took on Drew Gulak. Quick match there. I guess Lacey Evans is a babyface now?
Pretty much.
Yuck.
The crowd chanted her name, so they were taken to it.
Yeah, they were also in Alabama.
True.
I actually do like the women's right.
Yeah. As long as someone sells it, unlike Becky Lynch did the first time. Then we got the Firefly Funhouse, the Muscle Man dance video. Oh boy. That was something else, wasn't it?
I think I might recreate that.
Do it. Who's that? Who's this older lady in the crowd at Impact? Is it the mother of Reno Scum? Anybody?
I have no idea.
Nobody?
I have no clue. I know you won't be talking to my mama like that. God dang it.
I wonder how many flasks ODB's into right now. I don't know. She's talking excitedly to Jordan Grace right now. Unfortunately, Sonya Deville got jobbed to Nikki Cross. Somebody goddamn push her, for crying out loud.
I love Sonya Deville.
She deserves a push. All throughout the show, Daniel Bryan, his internal conflict because Bray Wyatt offered the challenge to play once more for the Universal title. Miz put in his 2 cents. Elias, welcome back, Elias. He'd been out with an injury for some time now. He interrupted Drake Maverick and Dana Brooke. Can't find anything for them to do, so let's just do a little random backstage segment. New Day had an open challenge for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. That was answered by Cesaro and Nakamura. Pretty good tag match there with the New Day getting the win. Daniel Bryan answers the challenge with Yes Chance, as obviously the Yes movement is back and in full force. And then the Fiend comes in from under the ring, pulls Bryan under the ring, and hair starts flying. So I'm assuming we're going to get a new look for Daniel Bryan this week on Friday, huh?
Mm-hmm.
I wonder if he's going to go like completely shave his head shaved and beard gone. It looked like the young Daniel Bryan that was in NXT.
The American Dragon.
Yeah. I thought it was a decent SmackDown. Raw was there.
It was there.
The whole, I don't know. I'm not quite invested in this AOP Seth Rollins Kevin Owens thing yet. I don't know.
I'm not invested in anything in Raw right now. Anytime you keep showing this damn Rusev and that bullshit,
fucking
like it's actually getting a little interesting.
The only good part about it is it's getting Rusev over once more with the crowd and getting people to care about him. So then hopefully that leads to a push, considering how much they've shoved this fucking story down our throats. But yeah, how many times did the quote unquote cops about get in the way and about get plowed by a flying wrestler? Speaking of flying wrestlers, Drew McIntyre took on Akira Tozawa, and Jesus, Tozawa did about 8 flips on that Claymore kick.
Lord.
McIntyre called out Randy Orton because I guess he didn't like the eye poke. And I thought it was pretty good back and forth between Orton and McIntyre. Obviously, Orton's also feuding with AJ Styles, who came out. And the OC beating down Randy Orton before the save was made by Rey Mysterio, Humberto Carrillo, and Ricochet.
Were you about to call him Booyaka?
I almost did, yeah.
Okay.
Aleister Black killed Tony Nese while Buddy Murphy looked on, so apparently Buddy Murphy still wants to pick a fight. Hey, Eric Young is still with the company. He took on Andrade for a quick little match. Guess they did him a solid since he's from the Tennessee area. R-Truth lost the 24/7 title to NASCAR driver Kyle Busch, or somebody by the name of Busch. Then he won it back, so don't worry. By the way, that's when Truth won back the 24/7 title. That's his 24th reign with the title now.
Oh man, he got Ric Flair beat.
Well, Charlotte's not that far behind. She'll probably catch him pretty soon.
Yeah.
I don't know what's in Eric Rowan's cage, and I don't care.
Baby Yoda.
I mean, yeah, there you go. He went from a good feud with Roman Reigns and Daniel Bryan to this shit. Yeah.
I have no clue, bro. I can't even call that shit, yo.
What's worse on TV now? What's in the cage or Lana and Rusev? I think it's Lana and Rusev.
What's on Impact right now?
That's Johnny Swinger and Joey Ryan. I mean, you got to pair those two together, right?
Rob Van Dam! The whole fucking show!
Probably the highlight of Raw and SmackDown combined this past week was the handicap.
The Cyber Monday sale.
Yeah, that too. The handicap match between Asuka, Kairi Sane against Charlotte Flair. I thought that was a damn good match. Hello, Katie Forbes. I don't know who you are, but
It's RVD's girlfriend, and she got a big ass.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
she's bad as hell.
Real life girlfriend?
Yes, real life girlfriend.
Yes, she is bad.
And Rob's like,
as hell.
he's like, hey. Yeah, hey, look at me.
Hey, Matt, what does RVD 420 say?
I just smoked your ass.
Yeah, get some RVD.
She was into porn or something like that after a while.
I would not doubt it.
She wrestles for the she wrestles for Impact, but she also does that WoW
Yeah.
gimmick. So
RVD is a lucky man.
he upgraded.
Kind of a different. Yeah, he upgraded, unlike Camille in NWA, where she went from Braun Strowman to Bram. Hopefully his days of women beating are over.
Yeah, that's what I wasn't gonna say it, but you said it for me.
Oh, I'll say.
Good job.
This is quite the. I don't think I've ever seen RVD in this kind of, Hey, he's getting paid to make out with his girlfriend. Hey,
RVD's like 80 years old.
He's a heel now.
is he?
Yeah, he's a bad guy.
Viking Raiders killed some choppers. God, man,
Damn.
it's gonna be a long time before the Viking Raiders face off with AOP, isn't it?
Yes, probably Rumble at the earliest.
Mm-hmm.
And OC defeated Mysterio, Ricochet, and Carrillo, but the night ended with an RKO. Head to some headlines. As we mentioned, actually, no, this actually broke right after we got done recording. Mauro Ranallo was not on NXT last week. Is he there tomorrow, guys? I think so.
I fucking hope so.
That's
said on NXT last week that he was going to be there, but I mean, there's no guarantee.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's going to be.
Is his Twitter back?
So, I don't think so. I'll go check now.
And then Corey Graves on his After the Bell podcast apologized.
Yeah, fuck him.
Yeah. All right.
Bitch.
Yeah, not many people bought that, but hey.
Well, because you shouldn't.
No. Well, that's true.
Yeah, he's still not back on Twitter.
Without
to me, that's not a good sign to say we're going to see him tomorrow.
Without CM Punk, Backstage dropped in their viewership, lost about 60,000 viewers. No CM Punk this week either, but I guess rumor is next week he may be back. Black Friday SmackDown audience lost about 300,000. To be expected with the holiday week. Wednesday Night Wars both saw a dip in viewership. It's Wednesday's a good night to go get drunk. But NXT handily
EC Dub.
NXT handily defeated AEW by about 150,000. Oh, hey Tommy.
So I was chanting EC Dub, damn it.
He's not wearing his Ribeiro Steakhouse jacket.
Thank God.
Oh boy. Bobby Fish was removed from the tag team match last week on NXT. There was concern that Fish might have been knocked for a loop, taking a bump onto the floor. Walked around backstage and seemed okay, but they made the decision to pull him and insert Roddy Strong mid-match.
That was the right call, honestly. You gotta look out for the safety of your talent.
Yeah, using the Freebird rule there. Did you check out the end on after NXT was off the air, the send off to Jessica Carr?
I heard about it, but I didn't watch it. No.
Yeah, pretty cool moment there. She is now going to be moving on to SmackDown, and so Tommaso Ciampa got the mic and introduced her, gave her a big hug. She had a good speech there, thanking everybody. Of course, she was a former wrestler too, so no surprise that she's pretty good on the microphone. As she was trained by Dwayne Gill and the Dudley Boys. Old Gilberg. Lance Storm is closing his Storm Wrestling Academy. He is going to the WWE to work as a producer. He announced here on Twitter. a few days ago. Storm is a guest on Talk is Jericho, I think, this week. The old Thrill Seekers. On YouTube, there is a documentary, Pro Wrestling Tees documentary. The film features Colt Cabana, Young Bucks, Marty Scurll, Cody Rhodes, Jim Ross, and Kenny Omega. You can check it out on Pro Wrestling Tees' YouTube page. It's an EC Dub reunion, isn't it?
EC Dub, EC Dub, EC Dub.
It's like Here comes security.
Rob Van Dam.
Is anybody else from ECW in Impact right now? Is Sabu in there?
I think Sabu's still with the company. Yeah.
Impact has released a number of throwback, throwdown character-inspired T-shirts. If you want to go buy those T-shirts, I bet those are interesting. And David Sahadi has decided to return to Impact Wrestling. He was a longtime producer for the company. He announced on Twitter that he is coming back to the company. And WWE star files a trademark on the independent wrestling ring name. Luke Harper played for the trademark of Brody Lee. So I guess we can see who's counting down the days, huh, Matt?
Can you blame him?
No.
That ain't the only person who recently trademarked a name.
Who else did?
You don't know?
I don't think so.
You didn't hear
I
that Charlotte and Andrade trademarked ring names?
No, I didn't hear that.
Charlotte trademarked Ashley Flair and the Queen of Wrestling.
Oh.
And I can't remember what Andrade trademarked, but they were both trademarked on Monday.
Oh, boy. Really?
Yes, really. I'm looking to try to find Andrade's right now.
I can't believe Charlotte would consider leaving.
Why else would you trademark that?
I know. But, I mean, shit, they make her a champion every other minute.
Maybe she wants longer reigns.
True.
Here we go.
Consistency.
Andrade applied trademarks for La Sombra and El Diablo. So
I'm assuming WWE has Charlotte Flair.
Yeah, I would certainly assume so. I mean, that name was created while she was there.
I mean, that could be a Cody situation. You could just go by Charlotte.
No, I think she'll go by Ashley Flair. I think that just makes the most sense.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah,
Ashley.
now that we know, now that we know that, yeah.
The Queen of Wrestling, Ashley Flair. I mean, it kind of rolls off the tongue.
El Idolo.
So yeah, I guess I wonder when their deals are up. That's my main question coming out of that.
I can tell you,
when are their deals up?
Matt Hardy's deal.
Remember what I said, Charlotte and Tessa.
Have you all caught up with? Have you all watched Free the Delete yet?
No, I have not yet.
I haven't yet, man.
Okay, y'all fucking suck.
I got kids.
Dude, they're like 2-minute episodes. There's only been 4 of them.
His
I
deal.
got kids.
His
I
deal.
got talking to the host here who's stuck at NWA Power before the damn recording tonight. He couldn't fucking watch.
I honestly.
Marcho, you're listening to this right now. You need to bury these two guys.
Wow,
when the show comes
I don't remember.
These jobbers to Free the
wow.
Delete on YouTube, on Twitter. Do it.
I'll watch it tonight. If I watch it tonight, I'll tweet that I watched it tonight, and Mark Show can just bury JB.
Well, I've already watched NWA. I've already watched NWA Power, so there, I'll watch it.
Yes, Daryl. Make sure you tweet it out and make sure you tag Marcia that you watched it. so he knows to only have to bury JB.
I got you.
Well, by the time he gets this, I'm gonna already have watched it. So.
Well, you say that, but you told me that last week.
I just forget. I'm just gonna be honest. I just totally forget.
Yeah, well, I already watched Power, so I'll have a lot of time to kill. We'll have a lot of time to kill just because this show's on the tail end of the recording here. So got a lot of time to kill before Backstage. So.
Word, son.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear Seth Rollins whine like a baby on Fox.
Yeah.
CM Punk fight.
Where are you, CM Punk? I'm here and you're
Yeah, I'm
not.
here. Yeah,
Win,
that's exactly what he's gonna say. Champaign, Illinois is the site for tonight's AEW Dynamite. Jon Moxley has accepted Joey Janela's challenge, so those two will battle in the ring. A grudge match between Christopher Daniels and Pentagon Jr., as well as the trios match I previously I talked about. Dustin Rhodes and the Bucks against Santana Ortiz and Guevara, and Rey Fenix against Trent Beretta. So Trent trying to defeat both of the Lucha brothers in the span of a couple weeks. So that should be a pretty damn good episode of Dynamite. Pac took to Twitter. He wants a rematch with Kenny Omega after getting beat. And MJFTZ, he had a big announcement, and it was a list, like Cody Rhodes made a list when he left the WWE, and MJF's list says list of people I will never wrestle. Cody Rhodes.
Until the next pay-per-view.
Yeah. Chris Jericho announced that a little bit of bubbly has sold 10,000 bottles in 2 days. So,
yeah. A little bit of bubbly.
In AEW
If I was more of an alcoholic, I'd have bought it.
Yeah, I'm not. I don't know if honestly, if it's a champagne, this is gonna probably sit here for a little bit. Probably sit here until for probably like New Year's or something.
Yeah, I may never open.
I don't drink champagne like that.
Yeah, if I get it, I may never open them. I don't know
Well,
why they're.
I'm open one bottle, but
since they're making you buy 2 bottles, I guess.
Yeah.
This week's AEW Dark is going to include Jimmy Havoc against Brandon Cutler, Sean Spears against Sonny Kiss, and Santana Ortiz taking on Marco Stunt and Jungle Boy. And Tommaso Ciampa was on the recent edition of Chasing Glory with Lillian Garcia, and Lillian mentioned, Ciampa mentions that if he's moved to Raw and SmackDown, that he would retire and move into a producer role because he could not stand up to the rigors of the schedule. Pretty interesting comments there, huh?
Makes sense.
Yeah, hopefully he stays in NXT forever.
I mean, honestly, you think his body can handle that many bumps a week?
Not the live shows and shit. No.
Yeah.
Because he's definitely not wrestling the NXT live shows. So,
Did you hear what Ciampa said about dumbass Joe Koff?
Yes.
No, what did he say?
Say it. Go for it, JB. Because I want to hear Daryl rant.
Joe Koff told Tommaso Ciampa that he will. This is paraphrasing, but no company will ever sign you for anything more than $20,000.
This is what Joe Koff told Tommaso Ciampa.
Yeah.
Yep. Go for it. Go for it, Daryl. Floor's yours, pal.
This is going to be a shoot.
No way. I thought it was going to be a work.
Joe Koff has got to be the most dumbest, stupidest fucking CEO, owner. I don't give a fuck what he is. How could you say some shit like that? Like, you don't know talent if it smacked the shit out of you in the back of your head and say, "Hi, I'm talent." Like, are you fucking serious? I hate that dude. Like, I think he's a complete asshole. He's a complete idiot, and like, fuck him. Like, seriously? Are you serious? Like, are you really fucking serious?
Dead serious, bro.
This is exactly what he said. This is. I am not the least bit surprised. Joe Koff is dumber than a bag of hammers.
I was confused for him.
You see him like at any ROH show walking around the arena say, "Hi, I'm Joe Koff," and your dumbass. You know what he looks like? He looks like a mustard packet walking around with a fucking dumbass suit. That's what he looks like. Like, I can't stand that dude.
I was confused for a minute when I was like, Mickey James is fighting ODB right now? Oh, that's a flashback.
Like, no, you can't be really that serious. Like, next time I've run into Tommaso Ciampa a couple times. Next time I see him, I'm gonna really ask him, did he really, really say that? Because I believe it, but I can't believe it.
Oh, man.
Believe it.
Yeah, yeah. He's still butthurt about
like
the Elite leaving.
Have you seen like the list of like people in charge that we call Vince dumb? You know what I mean? We've called Bischoff dumb. We've called Paul Lee dumb. We've called Dixie Carter dumb.
Oh, Matt and I have called Dixie a lot of things on this show.
Yeah, we've called a lot. I mean, I'm just saying, like, this has got to be the worst,
and then
dumbest comment made in professional wrestling.
And then No Cred Ed came along and made Dixie Carter look like a saint.
It's true.
No, that comment was worse than that fool. That owl supersedes that fuckface. What kind of slapdick comment? I'm sorry, that shit just hurt. I'm just like, that's the dumbest shit I've ever heard in my life.
Yeah, well, I'm sure anybody's adding Joe Koff right now saying, "Well, you're a fucking dumbass."
I'm gonna go to Final Battle just to call him a dumbass to his face, and I'm going back home.
I come.
Shit, I haven't got the email yet, but 9 times out of 10,
I want to fucking tape it.
Oh, you guys ready for a WWE facepalm right now?
I will come in with the phone. We will tape you, cut in a promo on Koff, and we will put it on the Lost in the Midcard YouTube page.
I'm fully behind this shit. Once I get the email that the tickets will be free.
You know what we should do?
What?
We should go,
and
then instead of staying for the show, we should go to Jimmy's.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say, yeah. I don't know. Yeah.
Goddamn shit. When is Final Battle?
I think the 14th.
Is it the same weekend as NWA?
13th.
Yeah, that's next.
This is a Friday, right? It's all their dumbass shows are on Fridays.
Yeah, tonight.
Yeah, so it's the third. Yeah, December 13th. We should totally fucking go. We should go in with the free tickets. We should record it. You cut in a promo on Koff, and then we should go to Jimmy's.
Matter of fact, let me see if I can.
Are you recording this promo with Koff standing there?
No, it's not going to be a fucking promo. I'm just going to be like, you're a dumbass. Like,
oh, dude, you need to cut a promo.
And now Lost the Midcard is.
That's if he stands there long enough for me to actually get a word out.
Lost the Midcard is now banned from all Ring of Honor events going forward.
That would be awesome.
Good.
Imagine the publicity for that.
Good.
Yes, look, I've officially stated this needs to happen, and I will go to the ROH pay-per-view in my AEW t-shirt.
Oh, man. Yeah.
I get a shirt that said Joe Koff's a fucking dick. Like, really, that pissed me off.
Oh, here's some Vince.
Here it is. I got it.
Here's some Vince shit that'll piss you off. On the first episode of New Day's Feel the Power podcast, the guys revealed a couple of names that they wanted to call the New Day instead of the New Day when they first formed. One of them was the Million Man Ministry.
What?
Yeah. Well, remember their gimmick in the beginning? But yeah, that's what Vince wanted to call them. They're going to reveal the full list of names on the next podcast. The first podcast they talked about
Man Ministry. All right.
The first podcast talked about all the their WWE origins. They discussed apparently Byron Saxton and Abraham Washington were possibly going to be members of the group initially for the New Day.
Who?
Byron Saxton and Abraham Washington.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really glad that didn't happen.
I'm sorry, I'm still depressed.
Depressed?
What are you depressed about?
Just the stupidity. Like, I actually wasted energy in talking about Joe Koff longer than 3 seconds.
But how much fun was it?
It was gratifying, but it'd be perfect if I
Exactly,
said
dude. That's all you have to freaking remember, man.
Dude, I have
Fucking
friends that
fun.
I have friends that worked for Ring of Honor. Like, that company was so good at one point. Like,
Dude,
I'm glad that more than half of them are gone now.
Can you imagine how far they've fallen in a year's time?
Yeah, it's gonna
Like,
get...
I mean, let's be fucking serious. Like, dude, you know the night Ring of Honor died? We were there. It was last December in the ECW arena.
You would probably get more tickets. You probably sell more fucking tickets of me wrestling some random guy in a Walmart parking lot than you're gonna get to fucking Final Battle. That's how I feel about that shit. Like, I don't even know who. The only person I know is Matt Taven. That's it. I don't even know who's left.
You love Matt Taven.
And you know what? You know what? Marty's gonna go there, and he's gonna lose, and the whole crowd's gonna cheer. Thank you, Marty.
I sure as hell hope so, because he doesn't deserve to, to be treated poorly on his way out the door. I can't believe he's even doing it. Like, I have to imagine that the paycheck that they're hooking him up with has to be insane.
Yeah, they had to cut him a nice little check for that.
Because I'm Marty, I'm like, I ain't fucking doing that. My deal's up. From all intents and purposes, as far as we know, his deal is up now.
Yeah.
You know why Marty wanted to come back for Final Battle?
He's probably doing something to put Flip over. Probably put Flip over in charge of Villain Enterprises or something.
That, or he just wanted to get some jimmies.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
He's tagging with
That's
Flip.
That's a really good point.
Man, why not?
Maybe he'll show up at Jimmy's afterwards while we're there eating.
I doubt it. He'd probably be there before.
He'll be like, whoop whoop.
Yep.
I'm like, Marty, A-Dub.
Yeah. He hasn't heard that in the last 6 months.
He's like, all my friends are alive again because I'm out of contract with this shithole.
P.D. Williams and Johnny Swinger just had a peck off.
I'm so glad I'm not looking at the TV right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
Professional Wrestling Hall of Fame has announced their inductees for the 2020 class. Some of the names you may know: in the Executive Division, Dory Funk Sr., the International Division, the Great Kabuki; in the Tag Team Division, the Sheep Herders or the Bushwhackers or the Kiwis; the Ladies Division, Luna Vachon; in the Modern Era, Jake the Snake Roberts and Magnum TA. The event will be held in Wichita Falls, Texas, on the weekend of May 14th to the 16th.
Oh, it's a shit town.
Might be the worst town I've ever been in.
Yeah.
No, it actually is the worst town I've ever been. I was stationed there for 6 months.
This is...
And not too bad, because if Keith Lee is listening, that's where Keith Lee's from. I don't want to get beat up.
Bask in his glory.
After NXT tonight, there will be a special WrestleMania Legendary Moments hosted by, or narrated by John Cena, that airs on the USA Network following NXT. The special originally aired prior to Friday Night SmackDown's debut on Fox this past October. Steve Austin revealed on Twitter who his next guest for the Broken Skull Sessions will be, and
the man!
It's going to be Goldberg. Riddle. I love that. That was a good one with Taker. I loved how it was about 2 hours long too, man. It could have went on longer, I thought. Chris DeJoseph has exited MLW, and he is heading back to WWE. He probably wants to reprise his Big Dick Johnson gimmick, doesn't he? DeJoseph worked for WWE from 2004 to 2010. Then he helped create Lucha Underground before moving on to MLW, because, well, Lucha Underground's basically dead.
Like Ring of Honor.
Several WWE sources have told Mike Johnson, PW Insider, that the WWE Network is no longer going to add hidden gems to the service of the WWE Network. Kind of suck, because I kind of like the hidden gems, but you know, so what? Rhea Ripley versus Dakota Kai has been announced for NXT, as well as Killian Dane and Damian Priest. I think that's all we know for tomorrow. Is that correct, guys?
I think so.
I think so.
And an update to Lance Storm. He started as a producer with WWE as of last night's Raw taping, so he is now officially with the company. And John Cena is going to not wrestle even more, as he's going to star in a comedy film called Vacation Friends, according to Deadline.com. He's going to co-star with two people I've never heard of. And the following plotline is a straight-laced couple that has fun with a rowdy couple on vacation in Mexico. I wonder which one Cena is, the straight-laced or the rowdy.
I like Cena playing like straight laced, like.
Oh, like God, what was that?
I know what you're talking about. The movie when his kid went to the prom.
Yeah, that was a good movie. That was a damn good movie. When they return to the States, they discover the crazy couple they met in Mexico follows them back home. Hilarity ensues. Well, that's going to do it for this edition of Lost in the Midcard. Pretty quick one this week. Not a lot happening with the Turkey weekend, but we would like to thank SpiderDuck.net for being our host and enabling us to be on iTunes, Spotify, and any of your favorite podcasting apps. All you got to do is search for Lost in the Midcard. Hit that subscribe button. That way you know a new episode comes your way every Wednesday. You can also subscribe to YouTube, and the links to all that on our Facebook page, facebook.com/Lost in the Midcard, as well as on our Twitter at LITMC Podcast, where we also share a lot of the great tweets from the wrestling world as ODB flashes her cooch at everybody. That was cute. Before we wrap things up on that note, Daryl, what are your final thoughts?
Fuck you, Joe Koff.
Yeah, I can't wait for this. I can't wait for this promo face to face. Yeah, you guys need to start setting that up on Twitter right now. Joe Koff, meet us here. It's time to cut a promo that people will actually watch.
No, you can't tell him it's gonna happen, or he's not gonna show up. No, he'll freaking hide. He'll hide like a pussy.
Yeah, he's a pussy bitch.
God damn it.
Yeah, we can't tell him. We can't tell him we're gonna be there.
Matt,
we just gotta show up.
Matt, what are your final thoughts?
Well, Joe Koff is a bitch. He's the biggest bitch. He's the biggest bitch in the whole wide world. He's the biggest bitch. And there's a bitch. Bigger bitch.
Did you really go full Cartman?
He just went Cartman.
All right.
Well,
I like it.
Who's that accompanying Taya? Who's that accompanying Taya to the ring?
Me.
No. Unless you're white and have a shaved head.
I'm pretty light.
Okay.
Wow.
For Daryl Bullock and Matt Black, this is Jeremy Bennett. Thanks for tuning in to Lost in Midcard. We'll be back at you next week.
Fuck you, Joe Koff.